We all just agree that romance books nowadays are forgetting the recipe. They are missing the sauce. Like you read a book and these two characters just they declare they love each other, and you're like, okay, if you say so, because the writer has not sold their love story to you as a reader, and it's becoming more. Like I'm noticing it more nowadays than ever before. Even for rom coms, the rom com movies, that is just like a dying art right now. I don't know what's going on. But for books, contemporary romance, we've seen such a huge shift where specific writers are still killing it. Don't get me wrong, but there's just like a huge majority right now that they're just telling you that these two characters that they've written love each other, and you just have to accept it. You know, you there's no I don't know. I'm trying to explain articulate myself better. Where I don't know if you've ever read a book where like very questionable characters, and they're doing like very questionable things as well, but you can't help but root for them as a couple because the writer has just been able to sell their romance to you. One could argue, I mean, there's an argument right now where there's a distinction between a book that is a romance book and a book that is a love story. I mean, I kind of support that argument, to be honest, but that's not why we're here. We're here to talk about books that killed it, books that did yearning so well that it's like, okay, maybe the art isn't dead after all. Love to see it, love to see it. Let's just get right into the video. Okay? Yeah. Let's start with contemporary romance. Number one, fake skating. Oh my god. This book caught me off guard because I feel like the fake dating trope kinda is tired, for a lack of a better word, is kind of tired. Where I just finished watching a show on Prime right now, or off campus, that's also based on the trope as well. I actually I ate it up. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not complaining, but you would expect that it's not gonna work, but it just works every time. It works every time. I'm here for it. I'm just here for it. And this had like a lot of my favorite trope. It had fake dating, which I don't know if it's my favorite trope, or I'm just like I just love it. I don't know, for some reason. I don't know if I would call it my favorite trope. My favorite trope, however, I love a second chance romance, and this had that. I oh, it was so beautiful. Weirdly enough, I usually stay away from high school romance because I'm just like, uh, I can't deal with your drama right now. Like, life is so much bigger than this rubbish. The writer was just able to sell their romance to me, and I truly believe that these two are supposed to be together. Like, they are not meant for anyone else but themselves, and I love that so much. I oh my god, beautiful, loved it. Second contemporary romance, which is like the last one on the list, is Talking at Night. Talking at Night, I would say that usually this type of trope does not work for me. I don't usually like it. It's that trope of like wrong, right person, wrong time, and it's like, ugh. I don't usually like it because, in my opinion, it's like if you really want someone, you make the time right, you know. But I'm like super open minded when it comes to romance books in general. I am not someone that I have to see myself in the character to enjoy a book. I don't have to immerse myself into it. I don't know if that's the right way to put it. I don't need to do that to enjoy a book. Some people need to relate to a book to enjoy it, but I'm just like, I understand that experiences differ. So I'm open to reading a book that I necessarily, I don't, I probably might not do what this character would do. This choice that they just made, I will make it, but I can understand why they would make it. So that really relies on the type of writing, you know. And for this, I think the writer did it so well when it comes to the right person, wrong time. Because the reason why they couldn't be together in that moment, at least the first time, even the second time, honestly, you could understand. You know, you could understand why that decision, why they made that choice. You know, even if you in that position might not have made that choice, you could very well understand. Is that thing of like a book that pisses you off? I don't know if you've ever read a book that the main character is just so annoying. I mean, think Yellowface. Is that it? Yellowface, right? So it's like that book where the main character is insufferable. Oh my goodness. But I enjoyed it. I had such a good time. I could appreciate the good writing. I could appreciate the storyline. I could appreciate, although I won't make those choices, I can understand. I not necessarily understand, but I think it's okay to write a book from a villain's perspective. I don't have to be able to make that. I don't have to relate to making that choice to enjoy the book. You know, it's the same thing with this other book, My Husband. My Husband as well follows an insufferable character as well, where the character is just all about her husband. I'm sure I've talked about it on this channel before. She's so insufferable, but I ate it up. It was so good, beautifully written as well. It just gives like perspective of a personality type, this specific personality type, you know. But yeah, that's, I don't know. I've actually not said anything about the book I was talking about. Yeah, talking at night. I think I have. But yeah, just to go over it, the book explores these two characters that you know are meant for each other. The love is so blatantly obvious. You're rooting for their love, but you understand why they shouldn't be together. I don't want to spoil anything, but something happened the first time where they couldn't be together, and you could understand why. I know I feel like it feels like I'm just parroting myself. I'm just, you know, repeating myself, but it truly was written really well. It was so good. And I read this at a time where I was sort of reading right person, wrong time, because I really wanted to understand if it was possible, you know, if there was like any justification for that type of that type of reasoning, you know, because I read a love letter to whiskey, and I hated that. Oh my god, that book was horrible. I'm so sorry if you loved it. Like I just it was just bad. I don't know. Like I think my review was like, I can't, I have PTSD anytime I see a bottle of whiskey. Like that's how traumatic that book was for me. And I really tried to love it because I think at first I was sort of having a good time. The writing wasn't really good. It was very amateur. Not to be a critic, but yeah, the writing wasn't that good. And it reminds me of this other book too I tried to read, or I read as a result of trying to understand the trope, Magnolia and Pack. That also, it wasn't as bad as A Love Letter to Whiskey, but it also wasn't good. We had two characters that I also don't understand why they needed to be together. It felt more like an addiction, and I don't know if that's something we should be promoting as romance or as love, you know? So I it just didn't explain the trope. I didn't understand the trope with those books. But this Talking at Night really, you know, explained or justified the trope in a way. I think it really did its best when it comes to right person, wrong time. Okay, yeah, I talk too much. That's just the problem. Enough with contemporary romance. Let's move to fantasy. First on the list, we have the Second Death of Locke. Second Death of Locke did Yearning so well. Generally, I think the book was beautiful. Even like they were able to balance the romance aspect with the actual the actual plot, the story, the actual plot. The world building was also not bad, and I always appreciate a book that is just like one and done. I think the second book in the series is going to be following different characters. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but I think so. Yeah, it just one and done. I loved it. I had such a blast. I remember I was whilst reading it, I was just giggling. That's how beautiful it was. And I do love me a child, um, a childhood friend to lover trope. In fact, actually, one could argue that like all the books I'm actually going to mention here, yeah, actually, wait, that's insane. I see. I did even plan it. It just worked out like that. So I guess you know my thing. I love friends to lovers, but I particularly love childhood friends to lovers. Like I'm a sucker, like, especially when it's like childhood friends to enemy to lover. Oh no, childhood friends to enemies to friends to lovers. Because I do love a friendship to lover trope. Anyways, the book was awesome. The love story felt justified. It was beautifully written as well. Such a blast. Yeah, read that. The next one on my list is a 5-star rate. Red City. Red City was so good, and it came just at the right time in my life. I don't know why I said it like that, but it was so good. I had such a blast reading this. It had such a good balance of story, of plot, and romance. I love that. Like everything felt really balanced. I loved it. I had a good time. My main characters were very strong. I do love me strong characters. It was just beautiful. I had such a blast. The only sad part is that this is part of a series and it's just one book that's out right now. So don't say I didn't tell you. But yeah, good, great book. Loved it. The last book on the list. Oh, by far the book that did Yearning the best, in my opinion. Quote me anywhere. Is Vampires of El Norte. I feel like I butchered that, but whatever. Great book. When it comes to Isabel, the author, see the way I called her like I know her personally because I feel like I know her personally because I've read all her works. She's such a great writer. Like she always sells love and plot and a storyline. It always just makes sense. Like it feeds my soul, which is not saying not not saying which is not good because she writes mostly horror, but whatever. So good. It was such a good childhood friends to sort of enemies to friends to lovers. It was so good. The yearning was palpable. I tell you, palpable. You could eat it up. Loved it so much. I had such a good time reading that book. I actually think I might actually reread it. That's how much I loved it and I enjoyed every single moment. Look at me daydreaming about it. Oh, it was so good. It was actually so good because I remember reading our other book, The Possession of Alba Diaz. That one, the romance didn't really sell it for me, to be honest. Like I just, but I liked the horror. I remember reading it, and the horror felt very, like, oh my god, it felt like I was watching it. Like, so I won't say I was scared, but like it felt like I was watching. It was, I don't really get scared, so we can't really use me to judge. But it was that, oh, it was that um it was that beautifully written. So Vampires of El Nato, just go read it. So anyways, don't say I didn't do anything for y'all. This is I just mentioned 5 books for the ad top notch yearning. So you should definitely go read them if that's what you're into, and you should be into that if you love anything love. So until next time. Bye. Actually, no, before bye, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, you know, the walks. Thank y'all. Bye.